What's up, guys? I'm here with Vicente Alvarez. He just signed to St. Edward's University. He's the #1 soccer player here in the Valley. Thank you so much for coming on to the show, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me. Thank you.
And the confidence they've given me over the 4 years.
How long did you practice that signature? Like, I was like, man.
All night. All night. And then they made me do it like 2 more times. So I was like, oh, okay.
That's awesome, man.
So, really, I was bored at home. And I was like, I have a lot of videos of me playing. And it's mostly high school. But I was like, I think I'm going to make a cool edit of me playing. And it was just for my own entertainment. And I ended up posting it. It's just me having fun on the pitch. Really just, I don't remember doing any of these.
Oh, man. That was wild.
It's just a lot of
Chill
fun.
out.
And, that's really what the video is. Just skills, flare passes, chilena, and just being shifty on the pitch. It's fun. And that was the goal.
Oh, got him.
So that little flare trait, just no look back, feels so fun. And just crazy touches on the ball and body feints. The beauty of football is the body feints. And it's my favorite one. This
is the game-winning goal against, was it Donna? In the by-district playoffs?
Yes,
Just want to show this real quick. I don't know if you kind of want to break down what's going on. I know they're inbounding the ball here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, of course. I'll break it down. So right here, my winger gives it to my midfielder, and I check off from the man. He was man marking me all game. Check off 1-2 with my midfielder. I read him. Open his face. Well, he opened his face with that little skill move. It was beautiful, the whole play. And I've played with him for like 6 years now with club and then high school. So I know he likes to do those passes. And I saw the space, I read him, he read me, and we connected beautifully. And with my weak foot, slotted it in.
With your weak foot.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome, man.
I honestly thought I missed, but thank God I didn't, right?
That is awesome. And I see that you're number 10, and this brings up, when I was, back in the 90s, we were inspired by the greatest soccer player, football player of all time. His name's Oliver Atom. He comes out in Super Campeones. I don't know those that you don't know, that you're about to find out. I think they were inspired by Vicente, and that's why Oliver Atom has number 10. My chilena is not as good as this. I can't even do a chilena, but I want to see you do this when you're at St. Edward's, bro. So be inspired by this right here. Is that even legal? Can you do that?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'll attempt.
Look at that, bro. He's at least, bro, that's at least how high up in the air.
Wild.
He's like 10 feet in the air, bro.
These 12 feet, maybe. That is crazy.
Oh, man. Can you do it now?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's amazing.
I've done it like once or twice.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty fun, but it hurts.
Yeah.
It
I
does
think the one time I tried, I just landed on my back. I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
Well, man, those people that knew that we were going to be interviewing today, they said you got a challenge. He said to see who can make the more goals. So we're going to go to the field right now and find out who can score more points, Vicente or me.
Probably him.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Lucky.
It's crazy. You're up.
That was sick, man.
Nice.
How to kick a ball. First step is really practice on being able to open your foot. Be comfortable with this part of your foot, your cleat, the inside part. The second part is knowing which shot you want to produce. So if you want to go for a curve, you're going to the ball like this. You're going to strike the outside of the ball. I'm left-footed, so this is the outside for me. If you're right-footed, it'll be this way. A curve through here. If you want to go down the middle, a knuckleball, something nice, a power shot. Boom, straight down the middle, right? So, step 2. Being comfortable with this, step 1. Step 2, knowing which shot you're going to produce. Third step is your fundamental of following through. So here, if you shoot this way, or if you shoot this way, you have to follow through here. Doesn't necessarily have to be that exaggerated, right? But any follow through is better than no follow through. Because if you're here and you just shoot, you don't know where the ball is going to go. You're sending the ball wherever. Step 4 is going to be on your upper body. You tighten your core. You're going for the shot. You tighten it. Chest over the ball, and you have a strike. That'll make the ball go high. That'll make the ball go high, but also keep a good level to go into the goal. So I'm gonna go for a shot real quick, and this is going to be a curve. I guess just focus on the follow through and my body positioning more than anything. So here we go. And that's really how you kick the ball. You also need a lot of focus, but get down steps 1 and steps 3. First of all.
All right, brother. That was ridiculous, man. Thank you so much for that. What are you drinking?
Thank you. I got Fruit Punch Powerade.
I'm out here with that Mountain Dew Summer Breeze.
Sick day.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Man.
Hundreds of goals, thousands of hours of practice, your family, pride on your back. Have you ever felt burnout? A lot of young athletes do. Is that in your case too?
Yeah, many times. Just the biggest burnout feeling I had was last year. Because growing up and becoming a sophomore, junior, senior, and you realize that the real goal is college or pro, and being a junior last year, having no offers, nothing, colleges weren't looking my way, even though I went to countless showcases. It was like, I'm doing this for nothing, because my last year of being a senior, I'm not going to have any more chances. So I had the goal of quitting, because it just felt like nothing was there anymore. Like, this sport isn't for me, I'm not good enough. Until a switch turned on, and it was like, I'm playing for, not just for myself, but for my sisters, my mom, my dad, my grandmother who passed away about 2 years ago, my other grandmother, and just for the family, and for the little kid that I once was, that had a dream. Yeah, just that little kid that I want to play with Messi. It won't be realistic, he's going to retire, but I want to play on the same pitch as him and make the same impact that he had on the kids that grew up in his hometown. So turned on that switch, went to my last showcase in December as a senior, and it took one game to get scouted from St. Edwards, and yeah, that's really how it was. The burnout feeling ended up being a big motivation.
Wow.
It just taught me to not give up, and that there's always going to be a good road, even though there's a bad one in front of you. So
absolutely, man.
really
And I'm glad you bring up family because, you know, growing up, you know, Hispanic, Latino, Mexican, family pride is such a blessing and a curse, right? Because, for example, if you're successful at something, you know, you're gonna have that one hater in the family that says, it's just something, you know what I mean? And even if it was something great, but then what happens if you don't do that great thing? They're like, hey, bro, you're slacking. Ponte las pilas. Like, why are you slacking? But it's a blessing and a curse. And I know that, you know, being there at the signing, everybody was, you know, yelling, like, you know, and it was your mom, your sisters, your dad, and it's really a warm feeling to see everybody has your back, bro. You know, and even if you were to stop doing this at any point, you know that you didn't disappoint them. You know, you made them proud.
It's sad how normalized it is in the Valley that, like, you're not going to make it out of high school. And I wanted to change that because I didn't want my parents to be like it's normal, like whatever. Like, no, it's not the case with me and my family. We want to make a difference, and it's not just me playing soccer, it's my family playing soccer. It's the power of all of us on the pitch, but it happens to be me playing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And yeah, I mean, I love them. Like, it's the feeling is so awesome, and that's why I kept going. I decided to keep going, pushing myself. And the love for soccer it's at an all-time high right now because of them. So,
yeah, absolutely. Are you gonna start saving money for the next Mundial? It's gonna be in North America.
Of course, yeah. I mean, honestly, the goal is to play in it, right? Seeing as my coach, he's a national team coach for the U20s. The goal is to perform my first year, second year at least. See if I can get a trial with the national team and work my way up there.
You mentioned your coach sent players to England and things like that. Can you talk about why, you know, you chose St. Edwards and why you chose this coach?
First I chose this coach because whenever he first met me, it was very nice. It was calm. It was cool. He shook my hand, eye contact. It was a firm handshake, and he was very well spoken, and he was super nice. He cracked a joke too the first time meeting him, so I was like, I like this guy. And then he took me on a tour at the campus with my parents, and he was super nice to my parents, super welcoming to all three of us. And I mean, I did background research and see that he has done amazing stuff for other schools himself, other players, and I feel like he could do the same for me and my future teammates. So.
Nice, man. Are you going to try and go to a U.S. game? Because I know it's going to be Canada, U.S., and Mexico. Of course, half my family wants to go to the Mexico game, Mundial, and half of us want to be here. I just want to go to any one of them. Do you have a preference, though?
I mean, I would. I think USA, because seeing how Brazil's close to us, and other South American countries and Central America, I think USA or Mexico would be good either way because the fans are just going to bring it because they're all super close and every stadium they're going to bring it and all the pride. So, but I think Mexico would be cool, right?
Who's your favorite team? And like everywhere, I know there's different leagues, but just overall.
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Even throughout that drought that they had during COVID, but like losing 8-2, 6-0, like bad, I stuck with them. Barcelona. I love those guys. And
if you had to choose to root for either Mexico or USA, let's say they're playing against each other, who are you rooting for?
Oh, USA all day.
USA?
Yeah.
That's USA. Tough, man, because Memo Ochoa, Daddy Ochoa, like
Yeah, I mean, I'm Hispanic, but I've grown up in the USA and seeing how I have like family members that are ex-military.
There you go.
And all that. So USA, and also want to have pride in my country and support.
Absolutely, man.
But if I do have the chance to go play with Mexico instead of USA, I mean, it's a national team, so I'll probably take it.
That was going to be my next question, because a lot of times, you know, let's just say you don't get that path that you want, but another door opens, and you're like, bro, you're representing a nation, man. Like, it's not some small thing, right? Mm-hmm. Not that this is, because you're signing on to St. Edwards, but that can lead to another path, right?
Yeah,
Which is signing for a national team.
Definitely would take that path of a Mexico national team if I never get the USA one, because playing in a World Cup, I mean, as we've seen, small players, they've gone and made big transfers to big leagues, like Colombians and all that, so I definitely would. You always have to think about what could happen, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, definitely.
Cool, man. Well, Is there anything? What is your Instagram handle? That way they can follow. And do you have any words of advice for young athletes that are coming up? That say, you know what, I'm feeling that burnout. Like, any advice for them?
So first, my Instagram is Extra Vicente, and then any advice is to really trust yourself, even though you're feeling down or not up to playing the sport anymore. Take some time to yourself, as I did. I took maybe about 2 weeks off from the sport, and it made me realize that it's for me. So really take some time to yourself. Always think, just don't overdo yourself, and most importantly, to have fun.